He's working to bring relief at the gas pump, but it won't come in the form of a gas tax holiday like he had promised. Prices jumped more than 10 cents in the last 24 hours on average. Californians are now paying $5.57 for a gallon of regular gas. And KCAL9's Lori Perez is live in Studio City with more on the governor's proposal. Lori.
Well, Pat, experts say those prices are going up so quickly, we could get to the point where the cost per gallon actually rises several times in one single day. And so state lawmakers are trying to agree on a way to help. Eric Gonzalez dropped $90 to get his Camaro back on the road.
It's insane. It's gnarly.
This Ram 1500 took 165 big ones to fill. That's up from normally about $90 and up from just yesterday. Overnight, the state's average price for a gallon of gas went up 13 cents, making it the most expensive in the country. At this Studio City gas station, super unleaded will cost you $6.89 each and every gallon.
If it keeps going up, I don't know if we can survive.
The bad news is experts say in all likelihood it will keep going up because of the crisis in Ukraine. West Coast oil refineries typically do use Russian oil.
The global oil market is much like the stock market. It does not...
Brother Kadash. And they blaming it on Ukraine, but this was going to happen regardless, you know. And they're going to do things to try to stop it and try to make the gas prices go down, but they're going to continue going up. When they go to $10 or the average rises up to like $7-8, it's over with, man, you know. But there's a lot of things that still have to happen, you know. And what this is doing is this is humbling everybody. The Lord is humbling everybody, and this is inflation. And this isn't even hyperinflation yet. This is just inflation, and people are starting to feel it, you know. Planes run off kerosene. You got your big truckers, semi-truckers, they run off diesel, and diesel prices is going up. And the number one cost for a trucker is they fuel. Now, if they prices is going up, they have to charge these shippers more money in order to deliver their load from point A to B. But the shippers aren't trying to be charged more money. They trying to come down on their prices because they feeling the effects of the inflation and the gas prices rising. So what it's going to cause is famine, shortage of truck drivers, right? Truckers are going to be leaving the industry because it's not going to be no more lucrative to go into the trucking industry and take on the risk of driving. You know, a lot of people die from driving, and take on the work of being away from your family and traveling across the country, you know, and you ain't making no money because all your money's going to fuel. And that affects you and me because guess how we get everything we got? The clothes, the plates, the soap you use, all that comes into your city on a truck. Even the fuel at the pumps, at the gas station, that comes by the way of a tanker truck. They come, you got the little potholes. Sometimes you'll catch them at night, late at night, and they come and they pump, they empty their tanker out into the reserve tanks that's underneath where you get your fuel from when you go to the pump. So this affects everybody, you know, and it's only going to get worse and worse. This is 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travaileth. Right, so we had the pandemic. After the pandemic or during the pandemic, you had the whole George Floyd thing, the rioting in every city. That was like, after the pandemic, they was like, you know, people started taking their mask off. They started to get more confidence. They wasn't scared to go out there to clubs and parties. And, you know, America's been partying for a long time, but the Lord's turning that shit away. You know what I mean? Now that destruction's coming, that everybody's starting to be humble. You know, so when they should say peace and safety, then what came? Sudden destruction came. Next thing you know, you got inflation and the gas prices are super high. People was living paycheck to paycheck already. So now they can't survive. Now that the gas prices, you might have $100 after you make all your payments on everything and take care of your responsibilities. You got $100 left from your check. Now with gas prices going, you in the negative $50. You know what I mean? It says, as travaileth upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So just like a woman, she has contractions, and those contractions get worse and worse as she as the baby comes. You know, so that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing those contractions of the economy. You know, what they're doing is they're trying to choke the economy out like a python. You know, a python wraps around you, he squeezes tight, and every time you take breath, he squeezes tighter and tighter and tighter until you die. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to kill the economy so they could bring in a new world order. But all this is by the way of the Lord, because the Lord controls everything. So really it's the Lord doing it, and he's setting them up, because when they do fulfill their new world order, they gonna say peace and safety, and then the Lord gonna come and destroy him. He gonna catch him slipping, and he gonna take him out, you know. So it's all being planned and worked out. And this is just inflation. So imagine hyperinflation. What it's gonna do is humble everybody. You know, you might want to invest into like a biking company, because bikes, I'm talking about like pedal bikes, they're going to come back in a major way. Whoever got the Tony Hawk bike or the BMX bike, those are going to be the top dudes. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, they used to ride bikes. Like my grandpa, he to this day, he take a bike to work and back. That's how it always been, man. That's coming, walking places and taking bikes and stuff. That's coming back in a big way. And people say, well, I get an electric car. Well, gas prices affects everything. It affects your power. Your power starts to go up. You see what I'm saying? Because everything, for the most part, has to run off gas, you know, or something comes from the gas. I mean, even like if you think about like for example, like the places that are producing these electric cars and stuff like that. You know, sometimes trucks have to bring in stuff or deliver stuff, and those trucks run off what? So it all comes back in a full circle. You see what I'm saying? So let's keep learning.
Like volatility.
But also, he says, because of an increase in demand that happens every spring as people start to take trips and as California switches to the more expensive summer fuel blend.
Unfortunately, it's like this perfect.
You see, now you talking about this inflation has already happened, and they ain't even got to the summer bling yet. So you might see prices raise another $1, another $2, you know?
Storm for this just explosion in gas prices at the pump. And, you know, we know that it's a very difficult time for drivers because they're also dealing with other increases in prices for goods and services.
That's part of the reason Governor Newsom announced Tuesday he wants to offer.
And they're going to try to offer things and do things to kind of set it back. You might see it drop a little bit, then go up. But like he said, it's affecting other things. It's not just fuel. It affects everything and other things, and this is by the way of the Lord. You know what I mean? Those contractions. From this, what do you get next? What do you get next? You get something called famines. You know, people start quitting these certain jobs. The truckers have a trucking shortage already. Then you ain't getting stuff delivered to your stores, and the prices of things are going up. So now you're going to start having famines and things like that. That's going to be the next thing, and things are going to get worse and worse and keep happening to this place. And the people are going to be weirded out because they can't go party no more. All the way to the end, to the destruction. So with that, I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Shalom. Inflation.